Go.
Hey, welcome back to SOS University. This is Carlos Cooper. Today I want to talk about business development, specifically capital investments and how to decide whether you need to buy that shiny new thing to help your business or if you don't. A lot of us get into business and we think, oh, I got to buy all these cool new things. And then all of a sudden you're going in debt and you're worried about paying your bills and you're not worrying about making those sales, which is what you should be doing. So let's talk about that. Capital investments. What should you spend your initial capital on? So number one, do you have to have whatever that piece of gear is? So right now I'm being filmed by a fancy schmancy camera. Do I need to, if I'm a videographer, if I take videos for a living, do I need to go out and buy that new camera? Do I have to have it? Do I really have to have it? And sometimes we make ourselves believe that we have to have it. What you want to do is get a sanity check. Talk to somebody, maybe talk to somebody who's been doing it for a while, or just talk to some other business associates that you have and figure out whether you really do need that new camera. Maybe you can hold off for 6 months or a year and use that old camera that you have. It may be just fine. You may just be able to buy a brand new lens and upgrade yourself and not have to spend $3 grand, and instead you can spend maybe a couple $100s. Who knows? Again, do you have to have it? Number two, will it increase my income? Right? This is the big one. So if I buy that brand new camera, is it going to get me more jobs? Is it going to increase the amount of money that or increase the amount that I bill out to potential clients? You know, if you're still in the the 1990s and you're not filming in HD, well, guess what? You may need to get that new piece of gear because guess what? Everybody wants HD. Whether you're filming a wedding or a commercial or a class, just like this, HD is the way to go. So if you are not in that age yet, guess what? It will probably increase your income if you get that new piece of gear. Now, if you go old-fashioned and you want it to have that grainy look, that's a completely different story. But you need to analyze, again, whether it will increase your income if you do have that fancy new toy. Number three, can you afford it? Okay? Some people run off of all cash. I'm a big fan of bootstrapping when I can, paying for it if I've got the money and not dipping into credit. That's not always the case. So first, do you have the cash to buy that new piece of gear? Number two, do you have access to credit to get that piece of gear? Now that brings up a whole other can of worms that do you necessarily want to open or not? All right, and the other option that you have is, it goes along with credit, is can you lease that piece of equipment? So say you need to buy a $5,000 computer, okay? You probably don't have the cash to throw into that unless you put a whole lot of money away. Well, would it be easier to lease that thing for $200, $250, $300 a month? Is that more palatable? Is that something that you could handle? Is that within your budget? So again, when you're talking about capital investments and whether you want to invest in a new piece of gear, a new piece of equipment, a new car, whatever it is for your business, think of three things. One, do I have to have it? Two, will it increase my income? And three, can you afford it? This is Carlos Cooper at SOS University. Stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.